a few days ago, I was sitting in a meeting and a guy very seriously asked, by the way, do you know the podcast Chat and Cheese? And then he was referring to Chat and Cheese as the absolute, the guys who knows best and the absolute reference in the business. And I affirmed, yes, I know them, I know them.
I know, because I'm on the damn show.
Who wants a chippy?
Hide your kids. Lock the doors. You're listening to HR's most dangerous podcast. Chad Sowash and Joel Cheeseman are here to punch the recruiting industry right where it hurts. Complete with breaking news, brash opinion, and loads of snark. Buckle up, boys and girls. It's time for the Chad and Cheese Podcast.
Welcome to the Chad and Cheese Podcast. I'm Chad Feliz Navidad Sowash.
I'm JT. Elf is my favorite movie, O'Donnell.
And I'm Lieven. I might have a cold, but I'm still hot as ever. Funny Benhuizen.
And on this week's show, VONQ launches and Indeed builds. Walls. Everywhere. Let's do this.
So you posted a new job ad. Now you can sit back and wait for the applications to roll in, right? That's why we built JobPixel. Imagine showing candidates why your company is great with real people, real stories, and real culture. With JobPixel, it's not just another job ad. It's an invitation to something much bigger.
Video gives you a 3 times better response rate. So instead of chasing after candidates, they'll be coming to you.
And with a 34% boost in conversions, candidates aren't just looking, they're applying.
And if you're worried about people clicking away, don't be. Our videos reduce bounce rates by 25%. That means they're watching, they're engaged, and they're interested.
282% more engagement. Yeah, you're going to need a bigger inbox.
Finding the right candidate is tough, but with JobPixel, it doesn't have to be. Show your company's authentic story, and the candidates will follow.
Let's make recruiting fun again, because honestly, it could use some help.
Do you want to see how JobPixel can save you time and money while achieving your KPIs? Schedule a demo today.
Hello, guys. We're cheeseless today.
Hi.
I know.
He's taking the kids to LA. So, and that's not a metaphor. He's literally taking the kids to LA for the weekend.
Okay.
Is he going to bring them back also?
I don't know. That's not for sure. That's not for sure. It might be for a college visit though. You never know. He's got one getting ready. One in college, IU, another one that's getting ready to go to college. And she has, she's incredibly smart, which means, not sure that she might be the milkman's. But at the end of the day, they're looking for the prospect of law schools. So, pretty stoked. Yeah.
Aren't you supposed to go to Harvard then if you're in the United States and do law?
I mean, Stanford's out there. I mean, there are plenty of good law schools. Yeah, plenty of good
it'll cost them a shitload of money.
Always. Yeah, it's all about money here in the United States, Lieven. You should know that. But that being said, where the hell have you been, Lieven? You've been gone for a while. What's up?
Yeah, I've been copying you. I was traveling. I was talking at congresses, making myself useful as usual.
Oh, that's good.
I was in London. I just came back yesterday for the Staffing Industry Analyst conference. What's it called? Executive Forum conference in London.
SAA?
SAA, something like that. Yeah, SIA.
Yeah.
And that's actually one of the better ones I know. So there are so many of those, but SIA is actually good. They have lots of numbers. They're number crunchers. That's how you say it. Yeah.
Yep.
But it's sometimes almost boring. It's very dry, but very interesting. So no show at all. It's in a very old, nice hotel in London.
That's not bad.
The landmark. It's amazing. Actually, it just
very
I love
nice.
It. But it's cool. I like it.
So no trips to the Alps. Is that what I'm hearing? No trips to the Alps. No skiing trips, or are those coming up?
They're actually opening in a week or so. So I'll be in the Alps the first time in January. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
What about you, JT? When are you hitting the slopes?
Hopefully this weekend, believe it or not. I am very close to moving into a cabin that's taken me 8 years to build.
Oh.
So, So we was 8 years. Yeah. Bought the land 8 years ago. It's in Sunday River, Maine, which is a big ski resort in Maine. I skied on Thanksgiving. And so we're starting to move in this weekend, and I'll be skiing through the holidays.
Lieven's looking it up right now.
Jealous.
Yes, you can come anytime. And I mean, if you like skiing on ice, Lieven, you're not gonna think it's skiing, but that's okay. But
I like skiing everywhere. Ice,
powder. Then
whatever.
I think there's a Chad and Cheese podcast mountain moment coming. That sounds
That's
phenomenal.
what I'm saying.
Fireplace and some hot wine. Cool.
Done deal.
Oh, yeah.
Done deal.
Mulled wine.
Yes.
Oh, I love me a little mulled wine.
I'll keep you on your words.
Well, and while we're there, we can start to share Spotify playlists. I don't know if you both have had the Wrapped come up.
Of course.
Yeah, my kid showed me that it was there, so I had to watch. Yeah.
So it's interesting because every single year, Spotify comes out with this Wrap to be able to show all these different statistics, and I asked just for 3 from you guys, but I think it's interesting that Spotify literally is playing Big Brother. They're watching you.
Huge.
And you know it, and they've packaged it so nicely that you can't wait to show your friends, hey, look at what Spotify gave to me this Christmas.
Yeah. I never even thought about it like that, but you're totally right. They're keeping an eye on us, and then they're presenting it like it's something nice.
It's all about the packaging, man. It's all about the packaging. So first and foremost, JT, give me the hours listened, your top artist, and then your top podcast.
I think it told me that I have like 9 days worth of listening. So that's
like
a lot of hours,
over
obviously.
13,000 hours.
Rookie numbers.
So I think I did a pretty good job there. My favorite artist, it was Jordan Davis. So country singer. In fact, all of my top songs were like top country artists. I feel like I'm going to send the screenshot to them on social media and tag them and go, "You're welcome."
Yeah,
exactly. Right? Like, I feel like I should do that. But then my top podcast was Alex Hermosi's The Game podcast, which is all about building and scaling businesses, which tracks.
Cool.
I listen to that pretty regularly.
Oh, yeah. What about you, Lieven?
I listened for 29,380 minutes.
Holy
which is
shit.
20 days. 20 days, in fact. Yeah.
Wow.
But I have lots of long commutes, and then I listen constantly.
Wow.
So, and also, I just like listening to music. And my favorite singer was, Leonard Cohen. I know it's very old school, but apparently while cooking, I always listen to Leonard Cohen. I kind of cook a lot. And the album I listened most to was American Tree from Johnny Cash. So I have something with Americans, apparently.
Okay, wait. Question, though. Question. Did it give you your average age? Did y'all get that too? Because it told me the average age. What was your average age?
56 or something. Yeah, about
21, 56.
I'm just
56.
Wisdom apparently comes with age, and they think I'm 56. But
there we go.
I mean, I'm not
music
even close.
choice wise. Sorry, what was your podcast? Sorry about that.
Yeah, it was a podcast.
It's a local podcast from the Belgium National Radio about a series of history. It should have been, I know, Chad and Cheese, but it actually was something about Napoleon. I'll give you a spoiler. In the end, he loses.
For all you kids who didn't know, he loses in the end.
He loses. Yeah.
All right, so my hours, I thought I was kicking ass taking names until I heard Lieven's. I had 19,393 hours, which is, I think it's like around 13 days. Top artist is Miles Davis. Top podcast, Pivot, and I'm gonna attribute this to my Miles Davis and my listening to jazz music. My age, guess my age.
75.
84.
Are you serious? I was just joking with 75.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh my Jesus, man. That's
and
the funny part is that like they show you all the genres that you listen to, and you've got like jazz, I've got hard rock, and then I've got 90s rap, and it's just like it's but at the end of the day it was 84. So I was like, okay, yeah. I truly thought that shit was funny.
The takeaway from this is that I need to start sending YouTube boys playlists so we can get these ages down. You need to start listening to my music.
You keep
First
our
off,
average
I think
down. That's right.
I think I'm good with that. On you, yes, I definitely want to hear some of that. But I'm good. I'm good with my playlists. I enjoy my playlists. What I'm really good with is the first.
Is it time for shout outs?
What you got, JT?
Well, my shout outs to SHRM. You all asked me about my turkey event, but I got to go back because I never dreamed that would be the video of the year on the Chad and Cheese podcast, that would get that many people contacting me out of the woodwork. Everyone going, JT, you were kind of wound up there. Like, I guess I don't come across that angry, but thank you to all of you that reached out and agreed with me. SHRM, do better. 2 words, pretty simple. Yeah. Yeah, but anyways, that was kind of crazy. So I love y'all for reaching out. Thank you.
Here at the Chad and Cheese podcast, one thing that we love is obviously you watching, but also like and subscribe.
So actually, it happens a lot to me also. A great story. A few days ago, I was sitting in a meeting and a guy very seriously asked, by the way, do you know the podcast Chad and Cheese? And then he was referring to Chad and Cheese as the absolute, the guys who knows best and the absolute reference in the business. And I affirmed, yes, I know them. I know them. Yeah.
I know, because I'm on the damn show.
Yeah, well, I kept humble, but but that was fun. Yeah.
So on the SHRM side, there's actually new news, and this is actually back to Business Insider. Yes, listen to this. The world's largest human resource trade group argued in court that the plaintiff shouldn't be allowed to portray SHRM as an expert in HR during the trial that will begin with jury selection on Monday. SHRM literally,
oh my God,
I shit you not, SHRM literally said, look, we can't be seen as an expert in HR because of the shit that we did, right? So yes, this is amazing. Johnny Taylor, nice suits. The rest of it, he's really shit at, but it's going to come out in court. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. Whew, enough of that. Okay, Lieven, so your shout out.
Okay, my shout out goes to Dimitris Theodorakis. He's you probably never heard about him. He's the director of Uni Europe, which is the European trade union. It's a federation representing 7 million service workers. And I happened to be yesterday evening when I came back from London in a panel discussion from WEC, the World Employment Confederation. And we were supposed to argue or to have discussion about AI and how this will impact the world of work, etc. And normally the unions and the staffing industry don't get along too well because we are into flexible work and they're just not flexible. So we mostly are into fights. But now, during the session, we came to the conclusion that we totally agreed with each other. So he thinks the workers should be protected from getting stupid work because of AI, where AI is making the decision and they just have to push some buttons and they're losing all, And I think we should totally fight AI and robots replacing humans, because I'm not in the robot selling business, I'm in the human selling business. So we're totally pro-humans. So in the end, we agreed whenever the AI takes over, we're going to be in the trenches together fighting those damn bots. So the unions and House of HR, one fight, one struggle.
Well, that's
why.
There might be a wee problem, boys.
When we start seeing eye to eye, Lieven, this is a little bit much.
I know.
The union and staff. That's great. That's great. But
it's a small step.
I would say that more than likely the other organizations in staffing probably aren't seeing it the same way that you guys are. And I know you guys think much differently. You come at the market much differently than the Adecos or the Ronstads or what have you, but they're focused on, they don't give two shits about people, especially Ronstad. So you know that they get more EBITDA if they have less headcount. So I would assume that the Ronstads of the world would be focusing on trying to use robots wherever they can, which makes them literally less human.
I'm not getting into that because as a member of the World Employment Confederation, I'm supposed to support our industry. But I take note of whatever you just said, and I'm going to look into it, chat. But,
Wow,
but
that was
seriously,
very, very politically
political correct. And normally I'm not like that.
Very.
Rika will be very happy.
It was very politically correct and professional. And that being said, we're just I want to add a little holiday spirit to this. So my shout out is coming to you in a video. That's right. I have it's literally holiday carolers at a Home Depot. Check it out.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad. We don't want no more deportations. We don't want no more deportations. We don't want no more deportations at the Home Depot parking lot. We don't want no more deportations. We don't want no more deportations. We don't want no more deportations at the Home Depot parking lot. We don't want no more deportations. We don't want no more deportations. We don't want no more deportations from the bottom of our hearts.
So, Lieven, you might not know Feliz Navidad. That's Spanish.
I know it. It's a Christmas song.
There you go. Yeah. But, and so the reason why they were having it in the Home Depot is because Home Depot has been, at least the news has been, they've been coordinating with the U.S. government with regard to coming and actually doing mass deportations because many times there will be contractors that actually come to the Home Depot parking lot, and there are immigrants that are there that are available for work. Yeah. So those immigrants are usually in mass, and the guys will come and they'll pick and they'll throw them in the back of the truck and they'll take them to work for the day and so on and so forth. But in this case, ICE shows up and throws them in the back of a panel van and deports them. And this is a very smart and I think a wonderful way to literally protest what not just the U.S. government's doing, but also what Home Depot's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was sad to look at. But, in Nazi Germany, the companies working together with the government in that time got in very big troubles afterwards for collaborating with a fascist government. So what was the company called? Home Depot?
Home Depot, yeah.
Home Depot. They should be aware that when times are changing again, people will remember, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah. I just love the social media aspect of it. You know me, I'm a social media girly. I love the creativity of it, right? I like that. That's the right way to make something go viral. So it was beautifully done. Beautifully done.
It was. What else is beautifully done is, we'll let Stephen McGrath tell us about it.
Hi, everybody. It's me, Stephen McGrath. And I'm here to tell you all about how you can grab some free stuff from chadcheese.com. Now, you might be wondering why I'm sitting here topless. And the answer is really simple, because I've not grabbed my free t-shirt from Aaron at chadcheese.com yet. Let me fix that.
My favorite Scottish man.
So I'm sporting a slightly vintage model here, but of course there are new and updated designs every year. And those are super soft, breathable, and some might even say huggable. Now, what else can you get? Of course, you can get some craft beer. It's not just any regular rubbish beer. That's craft beer brought to you by the data geeks at Aspen Tech Labs. And if you're not into beer too much, then... 2 seconds. I'm just going to get that. Then, of course, you can always go for chicken cock, baby. 2 bottles of chicken cock from the good old people at Van Hat. Now, you're not going to get any of this stuff unless you go to chadcheese.com/free and try and get yours today.
Love it, huh?
First of all, I couldn't get that doing that right once this year. So the fact that he nails it. But secondly, I'm going to overshare. I am such a sucker for an accent. And his accent is like, it's like the best. I can't take it. Yours as well, Lieven. I am an accent girly. I love a good accent. So he's selling it. That was a 10 out of 10.
His Scottish accent actually is cool. That's right.
It is.
What was the whiskey called? Was it chicken cock?
That's right.
Chicken cock. I heard it correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You did.
Yeah, chicken cock. The unofficial whiskey of the Chad Cheese Podcast. And then we have the official fantasy football Chad and Cheese League, sponsored by Factory Fix. I'm going to go down 1 through 12. The leader is still Courtney Napo. She's kicking ass, taking names. Mackenzie Maitland, number 2 still. Then we've got Joel Cheaton Cheeseman on number 3. We've got David, the returning champ Stifle. Stephen McGrath, your favorite Scottish man. Jada Weiler. Chad Sowash in the 7 position. I'm moving on up. William Carrington. That sounds really proper. Sir William Carrington. Yeah. Number 9, we've got Jason Putnam. 10, Megan Radigan. 11, Ginger Dodds. And rounding up the whole thing is Jeremy Roberts, who is still winless. He is 0-13. Thanks everybody for playing, and it is time for
Topics.
That's right, baby. God, this has been a really good week. It's been a really good week. Okay, so we're going to talk about a company that we haven't needed to talk about in a long time, and that's VONQ. Mm-hmm. VONQ had a high production product launch of their new platform called EQO, spelled EQO. Why can't we spell things right? I don't get that. EQO. And Lieven, since your colleagues at the House of HR were pretty prominent during the presentation, do you have any thoughts? Did you get a chance? Because you've been all over the place. Did you get a chance to look at it?
Problem was, it was actually my agenda. I was desperately looking forward to watching it, but I was speaking at the Congress in London, and I couldn't.
You're
it was
busy.
at the same moment.
Yeah,
so
you're busy.
I got a link to watch it afterwards, and I checked for like 10 minutes or something right before the show, but I didn't have time to watch it totally. So please enlighten me. What are they up to? Are they going to improve their products? Are they going to launch something amazing?
They better. JT, what are your thoughts? I'll jump into mine. I've got a long set of shit to say.
Well, I mean, at 51 minutes long, it's clearly they're going to change the world. That was my first issue. It did not need to be 51 minutes long. No. I also, the production value for me, and I know I'm getting a little nitpicky in that, like the stage, but you could tell it was on a stage in a, like I know what they were going for. I'm not sure that landed the way that was filmed, which for me then makes me distrustful. I'm just going to be honest. Why do you need 51 minutes? Why all of this like hoopla? You showed customers somewhere in there, but that kind of push immediately puts me on the defensive. And now I just want to see the proof as opposed to assume that by default, this is the greatest thing ever. So I know I'm a cynic, but that's how I took it.
Well, let me dig in real quick. So, and I totally get that. I mean, it was funny because Julie and I actually sat down, watched it on TV last night, right after, because we were done with the day. And I'm like, I got to watch this thing again. I've watched it once already. And we got to watch it again. And I started it. She's like, holy shit, this is almost an hour long. I'm like, okay, babe, let's just go ahead and chew through this. But anyway, if you've been paying attention over the last, 4 to 5 years, you'll know that VONQ has been a roller coaster ride of an organization. In short, they acquired a programmatic player. They invaded the U.S. and they built a legit leadership team in the U.S. Then they got rid of them all. They pretty much retreated from the U.S. They hired Ritu, their current CEO, after a relative short amount of time. We now have EQO. Now, Lieven, this is pretty cool because you didn't get to see this. I believe that the event Bill Fisher actually was referring to in the presentation during kind of like starting the EQO journey was at the e-recruitment Congress in 2024 in Amsterdam, which we were all there.
He was on stage there. Yes.
He was. And this is part of what he was talking through. This is before Ritu was hired as well. We saw Bill Fisher, the CTO of VONQ, on stage. to show us the first and quite buggy at that point versions of what they were building and playing with. And since then, and since that event, Bill and the whole team have been doing what they call building in public to test and gain valuable feedback from everybody who's watching on YouTube, on LinkedIn, and so on and so forth. But my 2 cents about this entire launch is, this is exactly what VONQ should be doing. I've been incredibly critical, and anybody over at VONQ knows that, and anybody who's listened to the show knows that I've been critical of VONQ, but this is exactly what they should be doing. The top of the funnel is a fucking mess, and major players like Indeed are not, I repeat, they are not going to help hiring companies figure it out. I especially like the screening candidates in piece. And what I mean by screening in is that the system digests your CV. It performs a gap analysis against the job you're applying for and then starts asking you questions, chatbot wise, specific to the actual requirements associated with that job. So this interaction takes only a few minutes, and it somewhat validates whether the candidate is actually qualified or not. Now, that is a fucking revelation. With regard to the actual product launch itself, which you were talking about, 51 minutes. Yeah, there's no question it can be condensed. It wasn't perfect, but it was damn near perfect for a launch in our space. Probably better than 99% of the product launches we see in our space. It was much like Smart Recruiters did with Winston in that launch. VONQ had, and they tried to get their Apple moment. Their unveiling of Echo is their iPhone. And I was more than impressed. And all of this shows to me that they're actually paying attention to the market. Did they take too long in certain areas? Could they have actually had a better showrunner in there, I think, to be able to try to pull things together? I do. But most of the launches that happen out there today are pretty shit. And they did really well on packaging and delivery compared to the rest of the market. So I think this launch makes me feel like we're going to be talking a lot about VONQ in the coming days, weeks, and months. And overall, I think this presentation and the focus toward efficiency and cost per qualified slate is exactly not just what VONQ needs, but what the entire industry needs. So I'm a big fan after this. Can they pull it off? We shall see. But they had some pretty big companies in there. They had House of HR. They had Adecco. They had, I think it was Software One. They had a bunch of different companies. Now, they were all European companies, not US. So that is a huge obstacle that they're going to have to try to tackle. But other than that, I was a big fan of the launch.
I'm very happy to hear it, in fact, because quite a few of our companies are using VONQ as a multi-poster and further things. So it's good to know that they're improving. And I kind of like those people. They're very engaging. Ritu, for example, is a very good CEO. She's constantly reaching out. She's trying to involve clients in customer boards, etc. So it's good. I'm going to watch the video after all. I was scanning through it, and I must say, JT, you said something about the stage and all. Maybe it's a European thing. I liked it because it's better than the average Zoom presentation where you share your screen and show something terrible. No, they put some effort in it, and I appreciated it.
JT's a hard nut to crack. That's the thing.
I am. No, it's true. I'm so bougie.
Since I know she has a cabin in Maine, she's my friend.
Yes, you are.
Yes.
We're going to do a little retreat.
No bad words about JT, never.
Yeah.
No.
That's awesome. But again, I think again, a big applause back to the VONQ team in pulling off. If we take a look at the rest of the industry, how they launch things, and then I literally just want to take a look at, okay, so Smart Recruiters, this earlier in February 2025, they pivoted their platform. They threw away their roadmap, and then they started to rebuild and repackage. And it's the repackaging and it's the delivery that if you want to get acquired, you have to do right. Smart Recruiters did it right. And who acquired them? SAP, right? So when you look at VONQ, it almost looks like they're trying to emulate some of the things that Smart Recruiters did, because you got to think that that's exactly what VONQ wants. They want to find an exit with a big sugar mama, sugar daddy, doesn't matter. And I think they're following the recipe.
I like that. I actually really like that there's a blueprint there. We've seen it once before, so why not, lean in? But I do think the US market, I mean, I would have loved to have seen a couple of customers here. So that validation, but I'm sure that's coming next.
They're going to have to make it happen. To be able to get a big firm to buy into them, they're going to have to make it happen. On the other side, we've got another company who's trying to make it happen, maybe more in an evil way. We're going to talk a little bit about Indeed. We'll be right back.
At Shaker Recruitment Marketing, our comprehensive services include branding, talent attraction, MarTech, and analytics, empowering you to achieve your recruitment marketing goals. We believe in doing things the right way, delivering the right message through the right activation, achieving the right conversion. For us, business is deeply personal. Our legacy is built on relationships. Together with our people, clients, and partners, we've been shaping the world of talent for over 70 years.
I think we'll cover speed and hiring.
Did somebody say speed? Then buckle up, boys. You're about to learn how to hire fast.
Who is that?
Vetty Betty. From Vetty, the hiring acceleration platform. Come on, man, keep up. What's up, Betty?
Hey, Chad. Vetty makes high-compliance hiring easy. Background checks, licensing verifications, and health screenings, all in one place. Real-time updates, no red tape, and no delays. Hiring managers can move fast, stay smooth, and close the deal.
So they just sit back and watch. Hell, I could watch this all day.
That's right. Relax, enjoy the view, and don't lose the hire. It's that simple. With Vetty, it's all taken care of before they can even catch their breath.
Best lesson ever.
Class dismissed, boys. Vetty. Hiring as it should be. Visit vetty.co to learn more.
The moment you said evil, I knew it was going to be about Indeed.
Yeah.
Okay, Indeed, the platform that is usually just trying to find new ways to take your damn money, just dropped a massive fucking bomb on job seekers. Yeah. Remember those anonymous job alerts job seekers could sign in for? The just add email and save your job search for daily job alerts by email. Yeah, those. That feature that's been on job boards for over 25 years. Yeah, that. They're changing it, and it's crazy. Anyway, millions of people, job seekers, people trying to find a job, will stop receiving those alerts in less than a month. Okay, JT, the walls are getting higher over at LinkedIn. Is this a good thing? Bad thing? And how do you think job seekers will react?
All right. Well, you meant Indeed, right? Not LinkedIn. Was that a Freudian slip there?
I think it was, because they're both monopolistic as hell.
Yeah. I mean, so first of all, job seekers are lazy. They're who I work with, but we've made them lazier and lazier and lazier. And in doing that, we've done a huge disservice because they don't know how to look for work. They don't know how to market themselves. It's a hot freaking mess that we created, that, Indeed created, and all those other companies that let's just give you alerts. The number one complaint I hear from job seekers all the time is they send me stuff that's not even a match for me. Why would I want this thing? So I think they're going to have a rude awakening in how few people will do it. I think their reasoning behind it is the current market. right? There's just so many people looking for work. So now's your chance to forcibly get these people to give us this information, improve our large language model, get them updated, right? And take advantage of it. So I get why they're doing it. Again, I don't think they're going to see the adoption that they think they are, especially when people do bother to update and still get crummy jobs, right? Because quiet hiring is in its era, right? Quiet hiring is, I'm not going to post a job on Indeed. I don't want 10,000 applicants, a lot of them from robot AI-driven bots, right? Quiet hiring is, I'm going to go find them. I'm going to shop candidates and I will contact them if I'm interested. We're in the height of it. And what most people don't understand is that's not going to go away. People say, oh, well, quiet hiring happens when it's a bad job market, but the moment they need jobs again, they're going to post jobs. They're not. The AI technology that we're seeing right now is going to change matching forever. And so, I mean, this last ditch effort, fine. But again, just it's frustrating to see people take advantage of job seekers who already don't know how to look for work. Rant over.
Rant over. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and hit mine up. And then you can go ahead and digest it all, Lieven. Why is this happening? You just nailed it. You just nailed it. Indeed, they have job seekers over a barrel. The job market is horrible. And instead of helping the millions of already registered job seekers by creating job matching that actually fucking works, what do?
Thank you.
They're focusing on the data grab. They're telling job seekers, you need a job? Great. Register, fuck off, right? And they're pretty much saying,
so you get nothing, you lose. Good day, sir.
But remember, Indeed is also forcing a data grab on the employer side.
I know.
By mandating the use of their Indeed Sync API, which I predict will turn into mandating employers give their disposition data. So the job market sucks. So Indeed is using that monopoly power for evil once again. I mean, this is something that we should be used to. The claims that this will stop bots is hilarious. North Korean hacking centers will just have teams creating accounts, which they're already doing, and then they'll just set loose the bots inside the walled garden. Here's what employers need to understand, though. You already have paid for most of these relevant candidates already. Okay. They're sitting in your CRM or your applicant tracking system. If you're a company, if you're a staffing company, if you're an RPO, you've already paid for most of these, right? Here are 2 steps. I'm going to give you 2 steps on what you should be doing right now. Step 1, focus on your career site conversion rates. All candidate traffic that's just bouncing off your career site. That's what it is. All that candidate, it's crazy the amount of career site traffic that's happening today that literally is just bouncing off. What can we do around that? Well, great example, Compass Group. They focused their career site conversion and they went from 1% to 12%. And they saved $1.5 million on Indeed alone in 6 months, just by changing the conversion rate, just by adding Dahlia and any other type of conversion capture. That's the best thing to do. That's step 1. You can save money. Conversion is key. Number 2, start engaging your current database. Instead of going external for candidates, use the ones you've already paid for. Match recs against them and use the tools like Paradox's Olivia, Smart Recruiter's Winston, or even VONQ's EQO that they're now putting out, and any tech that can re-engage candidates and keep those candidates warm. Those are people that you've already paid for, ones that are in your CRM and your applicant tracking system. So for me, those are the 2 steps that companies can take right now to start literally disintermediating Indeed so that you can get rid of those evil bastards. Lieven?
No, you're right. They are telling the job seeker there's no such thing as a free lunch. If you want our jobs, you're going to pay with your data. And now is the time to do so. They're going to get away with it because there's scarcity again, where the balance is again shifting from candidate-driven to client-driven markets. Right. So people are actually looking for a job again and struggling to find one. So if they want to do it, they have to do it now. And I'm sure Indeed themselves, they are struggling with the zero-click searches on large language models. Right. So they are trying to figure out how to cope with that. So I think by putting these walls around their own candidates, which they got, by the way, by using our jobs.
Yes.
But I'm still angry about that part.
Yeah.
Of course. They're trying to protect their business and their revenue and their model, etc. And, I don't even have problems with it. It's their decision, unlike some other decisions they made in the past.
Yeah.
It's their choice. But future will tell if they were right. And I guess many people will you just have to add a phone number now. It's just one single step. And then you have an account. But then they will start building that account. They will start hunting you, harassing you until you add your resume and they have all the information they want. But it's a strategy as another one. We'll see.
I think it's amazing, though, that because I know just from being in this space for so long, one of the number one traffic sources every single day for every job site that's out there, anything that's starting with jobs or using them as bait, right, is email. These actual alerts. These alerts drive, generally, they're the number one traffic provider. And they're also low to no cost, right? So to me, this really, because of the job market, it's like we have to do it now because we can't do it later. If the job seekers are in control, we're fucked. So they're taking a gamble. And to me personally, I think the gamble is stupid, but we shall see. We shall see. On to our friends over at Instagram. So this one is from Engadget. Instagram employees will be back at their desks full time next year. Wow. Beginning February 2nd, workers with the social media network will be expected to spend 5 days a week working in person in offices. Instagram leader Adam Mosseri announced the change in an internal memo where he told his staff, quote, "It's clear we have to evolve," end quote. Also closing the note with, quote, "2026 is going to be tough," end quote. JT, there are so many job seekers out there that just don't have a choice. Yep. If you want a job, they're going to have to get back into the office. Is this a good thing, bad thing, or does it even matter?
Well, every company can decide what it wants to do. What I will say is this. The companies that I am talking to that are mandating 5-day-a-week RTO, their latest data point that they're providing is the massive increase in depression. So they're saying within 4 years in the US, it will be the number one illness. And they firmly believe, and whoever they're sourcing their data from, that is coming through isolation. And so a lot of these companies I'm talking to, their HR departments are saying, we're doing these employees a favor by bringing them back in so that they are not at risk. I'm not kidding you.
That's spin. That's spin.
Of depression, right? And so I've heard this three separate times now.
Oh, God.
I don't know if that's Instagram's play. They weren't one of them. But clearly that is starting to be, someone came up with that and everyone else is glomming onto it as the justification, right? So I think you're going to hear a lot more of that. We're doing it because of the health of our employees. They need to be in, they need to be connecting, that sort of thing. Big time. So unfortunate though, for people who have built lives,
Yeah.
About Instagram, I think I'm sure they have lovely offices and they want people coming to those offices. But and I tend to agree partly with the depression part. I myself work a lot from home because I have a very long commute. I think I used to be in the office 3-4 times a week, before COVID, and then COVID came and I was happily working from home and I have a nice place, so everything is comfortable. But when I was getting back to the office once a week, I felt it actually made me feel happier, even though I was used to commute before COVID and now I'm not used to it anymore. So I don't like it anymore. It's sitting in the car for 2 hours, driving 2 hours back. It's a long time.
Yeah.
I'm losing a lot of time and I hate it. But actually when I'm in the office, I'm happy. And I know I should go more, but it's just, for me, it's just weighing being in the office, talking to my colleagues, having a good time, or working efficiently at home and not losing so much time. The part I'm struggling with the Instagram thing is it's demanding from people to be there. It's making them be there.
Yeah.
I think
In
just
5
use your
days.
common sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. Tell people whenever you need to work very concentrated, work at home. And if you can work from the office, please work from the office. We would appreciate you being around us. Rika, for example, our CEO, she's like a mother duck and she's happy with her ducklings around her. If everyone is working from home, she's feeling lonely. She is at the office. So I think some people actually have good intentions asking people to come to the office, but forcing them to be there, I don't think it's a good way.
I have a quick video that literally sums up everything that I have to say, and she does it much faster than I can. So let's go ahead and listen to Beth.
Do you think we have entered the era of do as I say leadership? So the pendulum of power has swung back over to the bosses. They are re-exerting their authority. It's much more sort of command and control, do as I say, demanding, less sort of cajoling and convincing. So I think Jamie Dimon of JP Morgan had a great example of this earlier this year. So he's made it no secret that he really does not like remote work. But in a town hall meeting with some employees, he had this profanity-laced screed.
And don't give me the work from home Friday work. I told a lot of people on Friday, there's not a guy person to get a hold of.
He did not want to hear any pushback about it. He didn't care how many people signed a petition. He didn't feel like he needed to provide any evidence about why, the company needed to have everybody get back to the office. So I think this is just a great example of how, it's not so much what he was saying, but how he was saying it.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Yeah. So I really feel like it's their opportunity. Again, it's kind of like Indeed. It's the market. I mean, you have to do what we say or you're not going to get your job alerts, right? Same thing. You have to do what we say or you're not going to get a paycheck. So is there depression involved? There could be. Can you alleviate that? I see your little puppy in the background there, JT. I've got two that are around here. They're the best help
100%.
for depression ever, right? And you sit down and you pet the pup. But I mean, it's one of those things where I think for the most part, it's total bullshit, and it's more about control than it is anything else. That's my thought. But it's culture. It's culture. If you're going to go work for JP Morgan Chase, it's going to be
exactly
iron fist. You know what you're in for, right? So don't bitch at me when you have to be at JP Morgan Chase 5 days a week. Now, if you're at Instagram and they said, oh, you'll be able to work hybrid or home forever or what have you. And then next thing you know, it's back to this bullshit. That's a curveball with regard to culture. What do you think, Lieven?
I totally agree. I mean, company culture in those investment banking situations, I can imagine, but this totally conflicts with the whole image Instagram wants to. They want to present themselves as a different kind of company, I guess. But behind the scenes, they're probably a company just like any other.
Yeah, and I just want to say, Jamie Dimon's, rant, I think really conceptualizes what a lot of CEOs are feeling right now, which is I want less employees, not more. So I'm going to institute command and control, and I'm going to get my headcount down because employees are expensive and unpredictable and unreliable, and so I'm hearing that same theme, return to office, like it or not, don't care anymore, won't have to pay unemployment, cut our staff, fill it with AI. I mean, like literally this is how they're talking.
It's a layoff.
And openly talking,
Yep, totally get it. It's a layoff instead of what they're saying it is, which is it was return to office. We have more social media to talk about. We'll be right back. Okay, so This next one comes directly from Melbourne, Australia in the Associated Press. Social media platforms must report monthly how many children's accounts they close. Once Australia begins enforcing its 16-year age limit next week. Facebook, Instagram, Kik, Reddit, Snapchat, Threads, TikTok, X, and YouTube will face fines up to 50 million Australian dollars. That's 33 million USD from December 10th if they fail to take reasonable steps to remove accounts of Australian children younger than 16. Live streaming services like Twitch were added to the list of age restricted platforms less than a week ago. JT, how would your kids react if they got kicked off of their social media accounts? And do you think this is the responsibility of parents or the government?
Well, so fascinating, because when I heard this, it brought me to a study, and I'm mad that I couldn't locate it and share it with everyone. But they basically studied children who were not given access to social media until they went to college.
Okay.
So parents who actually took it away, you know, I'm going to limit your screen time and do it. Like, they had such an addiction issue, and they had no coping skills in their 20s that they all doom scrolled and suffered in school. They had complete proof that the earlier you could teach them to self-regulate and understand this and figure it out, they would be able to control it better later. And so I think it's really interesting that as a government, they're planning to do this to all kids, because, you know, not all kids are created the same. I think they are going to see some that probably appreciate it and understand the mental health issues. But I do think a byproduct of that is they're going to find ways around it, or even worse, when they finally get their hands on it, you know, it's like, you know, kids that first time they get to have yes. And I think anytime it's just so severe like that, I worry about what it's going to do. But again, the study that I had seen before, I thought it was fast. I mean, college, you get to college and you're on your own and you don't know how to use social media. Dang, that's a problem.
What do you think, Lieven?
Normally, I'm a liberal, and I hate it when governments are restricting something, making something illegal, even though it's for minors. I can imagine you don't sell tobacco, or you don't sell hard liquor to young people, but making something illegal is the last thing you should do. But in this case, I'm actually pro. I don't think it's a very good thing. I totally believe the brain rot is real. And I grew up in a world without social media. I'm not 54 like, no, I'm not, 58 like Spotify thinks, but I'm 48. But I'm very happy when I was young that nobody was constantly chasing me with cameras and putting things on YouTube, etc. I'm not against YouTube, by the way. But if you are young and drunk, you don't want someone filming it. In our time, we got away with it. So all the social media, it's creating stress for people. And I asked my two kids, how would you react on a ban like this? And I was very surprised at first. They said, we'd love it. They should do it immediately. And then I realized, okay, they're supposed to become 16 in 2 months, and their sister is only 13. And that's why they thought, okay, but they were just screwing her over. But I think the addiction is real. My kids are constantly watching their iPhone. They're moving around the house like a zombie watching their iPhone. We constantly talk about it, addicted. And then they say, no, I can quit whenever I want. Says that's the first, you're still... Well, but the only thing I wonder is, how are they going to make sure people are not just creating new accounts with an older age? How are we going to make sure they're not just using let's say a VPN to pretend they're somewhere else? My boy would hack the system in 3 minutes, I guess. So you can make a rule, but then you'll have to reinforce it. I think Australia probably will reinforce it. They'll find a way. They're pretty hard. And I guess they will find those companies, actually, they will do it. They won't just threat. But I wonder how they're going to do it. And I think Europe will watch it. Europe is pretty strict as well. So they will follow it. And I hope maybe they'll come to a good solution to protect our children from algorithms which were created by China, for example. And they don't have the best intentions for us. So we'll see.
I gotta say, there's one thing that Australia does is when they see something's hurting their population, like guns, they take action. right? And you take a look at the gun laws in Australia where they had a mass shooting and they said this shit's not happening anymore. We're going to protect our society, our citizens, right? Which is the exact reason governments exist, right? So in that realm, I've got to give them a big applause. I do believe exactly what you're talking about, JT, with regard to let's say for instance the Amish doing the Rumspringa. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you got the summer where you can go out and get crazy and do whatever you want, but then you got to come back home or you leave. Right. And there's got to be some way to be able to give them an opportunity to kind of have a digital Rumspringa to some extent.
Okay. Well, that's a good idea, actually.
I'll add one more thing. Believe it or not, social media is a skill, and it's a skill that is going to be a skill you use in work for the rest of your life. So you're also talking about, to some degree, delaying their ability to, and if you think about some of the most innovative people right now in the space, there are younger people, early adopters, where a lot of this is intuitive and they're thinking about next gen ways of doing things. So we are also just saying, to some degree, slowing down their ability of understanding, leveraging technology. So, how I'm with you, like I would like to see some kind of solution that helps children and protects children. I'm not sure being so strict is the way to go, but it'll be interesting.
I think Europe is going to find a way to kind of bring it back. They're not going to ban. I don't know. France is actually talking about testing a ban. You see France do that, and I think the rest of the EU will take a look at it, and they'll kind of gauge from there. But I mean, this is the point right now where, to be quite frank, social media companies do not care about bullying, shaming, catfishing, or anything that happens on their platforms. They only care about subscriber numbers and getting those kids hooked on the algorithm so that when they have access to money or they finally turn into adults, they spend their money on Instagram and TikTok Shop. Mm-hmm. That being said,
they sell on Instagram or TikTok Shop.
Let's hope they can do that with the money that they earn, right? They can buy stuff after they've started to learn how to sell stuff.
Fair.
Mm-hmm. And that being said, there's no dad joke this week, but what we do have. Feliz
Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad, próspero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad.
Excellent, guys. Thanks again for joining. And for Chad, JT, and Lieven, come on, let me hear it. We out.
We out.
Thank you for listening to, what's it called? A podcast. The Chad, the Cheese. Brilliant. They talk about recruiting. They talk about technology. But most of all, they talk about nothing. Just a lot of shout-outs of people you don't even know. And yet you're listening. It's incredible. And not one word about cheese. Not one. Cheddar, blue, nacho, pepper jack, Swiss. So many cheeses and not one word. So weird. Anywho, be sure to subscribe today on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. That way you won't miss an episode. And while you're at it, visit www.chadcheese.com. Just don't expect to find any recipes for grilled cheese. It's so weird. We out!